Welcome back to the channel, Days fans. Today is a beautiful day, but the news we have coming out of Salem is absolutely devastating and guaranteed to ruin your week. Wait, are the writers actually going to kill off Chanel Dupree DiMera and her unborn baby? Is Johnny DiMera really about to lose his entire world and abandon Salem for good? I am shaking just thinking about this. Chanel and Johnny are facing a catastrophic, fatal ending, and I am honestly losing my mind over this massive spoiler. Hey Days fans, welcome back. I've got some massive Salem drama to unpack today, and it is going to break your heart into a million pieces. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now because you do not want to miss our daily deep dives into the absolute madness happening on Peacock. We are the #1 spot for all your juicy soap gossip, and today's topic is a heavy one. Let's be real for a second and look at the raw facts we have been given. We all knew Chanel and Johnny were walking into a high-risk pregnancy. Right from the start, the doctors warned them about the severe complications. But then the writers had to throw in this malignant breast cancer diagnosis. The spoilers confirm that Chanel gets her port installed to begin chemotherapy while pregnant. We know early labor and severe bleeding are recognized risks of chemo during pregnancy. The summer promo literally shows Chanel bleeding out in a hospital bed, absolutely terrified, while Kayla Johnson frantically clears the room. And here is the absolute worst part. The ultimate tragic end to this storyline is that Chanel and the baby both die, leaving Johnny completely broken and forcing him to leave Salem in his grief. I honestly believe the writers have a sick obsession with torturing the younger legacy characters. Why can't Johnny and Chanel just be happy? They have little Trey DiMera to distract them. They have a massive support system, and they literally just got their lives back on track after so much unnecessary drama. I think it is an absolute travesty to kill off Chanel. Raven Bowens and Carson Boatman have off-the-charts chemistry. To throw all that away for a cheap sweeps month tragedy is just bad storytelling. If you ask me, the writers are making a colossal mistake by wiping out the next generation of power couples. Chanel is a legacy character in her own right now, and erasing her is a slap in the face to the fans. Look back at the history of this show, specifically 5 to 10 years ago. The DiMera family is completely cursed when it comes to happiness. Remember when Sammy Brady had to grieve the loss of baby Grace? Or when E.J. DiMera was gunned down in the park by Clyde Weston, and Sammy had to weep over his lifeless body in the morgue? The writers love to repeat history. Now, Johnny is being forced to endure the exact same agonizing grief that his parents, E.J. and Sammy, went through. It is the classic DiMera curse. But I am furious that Johnny has to bear the brunt of it. He is not his father. He has a good heart, and he does not deserve this generational trauma. Let's break down this upcoming hospital scene, because I know Carson Boatman is going to absolutely kill it with his performance. Imagine Johnny standing outside that hospital room, completely helpless. Chanel is inside, bleeding, screaming in fear, realizing she is going into early labor. Kayla Johnson and Sarah Horton are rushing around, shouting medical jargon, desperately trying to save both the mother and the premature baby. Johnny's hands are pressed against the glass, tears streaming down his face. He literally just stepped down as co-CEO of DiMera Enterprises to take care of his wife. He sacrificed his corporate legacy for his family, and now the universe is ripping them away from him. It is going to be a masterclass in acting, but it will be entirely unwatchable because of the sheer pain. And let's talk about Paulina Price for a second. I am going to ruthlessly drag Paulina here. She has been hovering, interfering, and pushing her own toxic agenda for months. First, she told Chanel to delay the treatments. Then, she tried to bully EJ into giving Chanel that untested, dangerous Versavix resurrection drug that Dr. Wilhelm Rolf cooked up. Paulina has been a chaotic mess, and while I know she loves her daughter, her interference has only added insane stress to Chanel's life. When Chanel and the baby die, Paulina is going to completely lose her mind. I wouldn't be surprised if Paulina blames Johnny, or EJ, or even herself. The fallout is going to destroy the Price family, especially since Abe Carver is already distracted by Lexi Carver dying all over again. I have to take a firm side here, and I am defending Johnny DiMera with my entire soul. This poor guy has been through hell and back over the last few years. From being possessed by the devil, to dealing with Allie Horton's constant drama, to the messy love triangles with Wendy Shin, Johnny has fought so hard to become a good man. He isn't ruthless and calculating like EJ. He just wanted a simple, loving family with the love of his life. Watching Johnny lose his wife and his unborn child is going to be the most heartbreaking thing on daytime television. The actor is going to deliver Emmy-worthy performances, but at what cost to our sanity as viewers? The fact that Johnny is leaving Salem after this tragedy makes perfect sense, but it still infuriates me to no end. How can he possibly stay? Everywhere he looks, the DiMera mansion, the Brady pub, the town square where Chanel set up her bakery, it will all just be a haunting, agonizing reminder of the family he lost. I picture Johnny packing a single duffel bag, giving one last tearful look at baby Trey, and walking out of town without even saying goodbye to EJ. EJ is going to be devastated. But let's be real, EJ's obsession with his own power and his failing resurrection drugs means he won't know how to comfort his son anyway. EJ alienated Johnny, and now EJ will lose him forever. I am just so angry, you guys. We invest years into these couples. We root for their chemistry, we cheer for their weddings, and then the soap opera gods decide to just nuke them from orbit for shock value. Killing off a vibrant, beloved character like Chanel is a massive mistake, and losing Johnny from the canvas is a huge blow to the show. It is a cliffhanger that no one asked for, and a tragedy that no one wants to see. But we will all be watching, crying our eyes out, because that is what being a soap fan is all about. So, I have to ask you guys, do you think killing off Chanel and the baby is a massive mistake by the writers? Or do you think Johnny's tragic exit will make for legendary television? Let me know your fiery opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. See you next time.